Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite foundations for different skin types, different textures, and also different ages, as well as I will be giving you my tips on what to consider when choosing the right foundation for you and how to find your perfect match. This was a highly requested video, so I'm really hoping it's gonna be very helpful for you. It's gonna be a life changer for you. You will never have to be confused about foundations because there are just so many of them. And if you are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you're gonna subscribe. Don't forget to do that and hit that notification bell, and let's just get started. Foundations come in many different formulas and types, and the key is to really know your skin type and also your preference. There are a few things to consider when choosing the right foundation. Coverage, and it ranges from very sheer coverage to full coverage. Sheer coverage is very lightweight and gives you that no foundation look. It's very transparent and it covers minimally, so you'll be able to cover a little bit of imperfections with the sheer coverage, but not too much. Medium coverage is the one that is slightly transparent, covers small blemishes and some freckles, and also evens out the skin tone. And we have full coverage, which is the maximum coverage, which basically gives you that flawless look, and it covers the scars, blemishes, any acne, any imperfection. So that's number one. Number two is the finish you prefer. So it could be a matte finish, which is very kind of like velvety finish with virtually no pores, and it holds the shine really well. The natural satin finish is the one that gives you like a very nice balance between matte and shine. And there's a dewy, radiant finish, so obviously it gives you a lot of glow. Another thing to consider when choosing the foundation is the benefit. Whether you're looking to add some skincare benefits, or whether you're looking for a long-wearing foundation, or whether you're very particular about the foundation featuring an SPF. So there are like different benefits foundations are equipped with. So you need to know what coverage you like, what texture and finish you like, and also what benefit you're mostly looking for. So that's three things. But in order to know that, you need to know your skin type. So you need to know whether your skin is dry, or whether it's a combination skin, or whether it's an oily skin. So obviously if you have an oily skin, you want to really stay away from anything that says dewy and radiant. So the finish that's very dewy won't work for you because your skin is naturally already shiny. And if your skin is dry, you might be better off not looking for matte foundations because they might accentuate the dryness of your skin already. And the last thing to consider is your skin undertone. And I know that undertones might be tricky and they might not be that obvious, but there are a few ways you can recognize your undertone. Basically, if you look at the back of your hand, if your veins appear blue, you're cool undertone. Like I'm so cool. I have like very, very blue veins. Or if your veins are more on the greener side, you have a warm undertone. And if you are having like problems determining whether your veins are blue or green, you are neutral. Also, if you're burning in the sun very quick and fast, like if you are pink after sun exposure, you have a cool undertone. And while it's important to know your skin undertone, it's really not the golden rule. And honestly, using a foundation that's categorized as your undertone might not always be the best solution, because like in my experience, the foundations with cool undertones which have like pink in it might appear very unnatural. They might give that mask effect. So the final deciding factor when choosing your foundation shouldn't be like your undertone, it should be what looks best on you in daylight. So the best advice would be to just swatch 3 shades that are similar to your skin color, like across your face down to the jawline, and basically blend them with your finger, and the shade that disappears is your shade. And honestly, like I would stay away from a very cool toned foundations. As I mentioned, they are not really flattering, and you always want to add some sort of yellow to your face, some sort of warmth to your face, because warm skin is a healthy looking skin and warm skin is a younger looking skin. Whenever I'm choosing a foundation for a client, I usually gravitate towards more yellow, warmer shades rather than cool. Like neutral is fine. Like some people which are more on the cooler side, they can take neutral shade. Only like very small percentage of people really need the cool toned foundations. And lastly, before we move on to my favorite foundations, the key is to remember to really prep your skin, no matter your skin type. You have to always hydrate your skin before any makeup application. This is so important. Makeup stays so much better on the moisturized face. It adheres so much better, so it's always a must to use a moisturizer. The best moisturizer is the one that's lightweight, so it's not too greasy and it won't make you shine. And two options that I always have are those two moisturizers because they are very lightweight. They don't irritate the skin. They are great for sensitive skin as well. So the first one is from Peter Thomas Rowe Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream. I talked about it quite a bit in some of my other tutorials because I really like to use it underneath the makeup. And the other one that I really like as well is the one from Biossance. It's a probiotic based moisturizer, so it really helps restore balance to the skin, and it's also very, very lightweight and great underneath makeup. Prepped with all that knowledge, we can now move on to different kind of foundations, and I'm gonna start with best foundations for longwear, for that benefit longwear, because I'm very, very used to using them. First of all, because as a makeup artist, when I'm working for weddings, for all my brides, I really want to make sure the makeup will last for a very long time. So these are the foundations I mostly reach out to, so I'm gonna just cover them first. And like you guys might already know it, but you cannot go wrong with Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. If your key performance indicator, if your key goal is to really prolong the stay of your makeup. This foundation is cult favorite. It really gives you that long-lasting effect for a very long time, for up to 24 hours. It really withstands all the heat, all the sweat, or the humidity, so it's a really great foundation, and it's a very lightweight foundation. I know that some people might have problems applying it or blending this one on your face, and it's actually the case with every foundation that's long wearing, because those long wearing foundations are usually very quick to set, and the best way to apply them is using a brush as opposed to like a beauty sponge. So a brush, you know, I love this brush from my favorite brushes video. I'm gonna be linking it down below in case you wanna check that video out. So any brush that's firm and round will do the work for all the long wearing foundations. Another long wearing foundation that I absolutely love, and I started using it and incorporating it into my kit a lot in all different shades, is the one by Tilbury, the Magic Foundation. It's just Tilbury. Her products are amazing, the quality is amazing. This foundation gives you like the semi-matte look, which is great. It really holds, and this foundation also is very, very long lasting. It's great for all ages and all skin types, and it's also really good for aging skin because it's packed with skincare benefits, and it's a very weightless texture, and it gives you that beautiful second skin. You don't feel you have the foundation on, and actually this is the foundation I'm wearing today. I have mine in color 5, so it's kind of neutral. Remember, I am like cool skin tone, but I'm staying away from the cool skin tone, and I'm using more like neutral or warmer shades on myself. If I were to like get tanned, I would go up, like one shade up, and use number 6. That's definitely an amazing foundation to check out for long wearing, for medium to full coverage, and also for skincare benefits. Another amazing foundation, it's the one by Gorgio Armani, obviously. It's called Power Fabric Longwear High Cover Foundation. It has an SPF of 25. And what's great about this foundation is that it gives you that long wearing power without drying out your skin. So it's great for all the ages, for mature skin as well. And it's actually, I would call it like the counterpart of the Gorgio Armani Luminous Skin Foundation, which I'll be talking about later. So if someone has more oily skin, the Gorgio Armani Luminous Foundation might not be for them, but this one, oh yeah. Obviously, I don't have all the long-wearing foundations currently in my kit available now, but I do love some others as well. So I will list them below too. Like I like the Lauder Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear foundation, that's a really good one, or Kat Von D Locket Foundation. Because we were talking about long-wearing foundations, those foundations will always work for oily skin because of their power to basically hold the shine. But I want to add one more foundation to the group that's amazing for oily skin. It's the one by Milk Makeup. It's a Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. It gives you that beautiful velvet skin. It hides all the pores, it hides all the imperfections, it gives you full coverage. If you have an oily skin, you want to stay away for anything that's oil-based. So this one is water-based, it's oil-free, it's silicone-free, it's gluten-free. So it really is a very healthy foundation that can be used by people who even have sensitive skin, including those with acne. And this one will just cover everything while keeping you super matte. Speaking of acne, this would be one of my favorite foundations for acne because it won't clog the pores and it minimizes the appearance of any blemishes. Okay, let's now talk about best foundations for full coverage. And obviously there is some overlapping, like this foundation is great for long wear, but it's also full coverage, so I'm including that as well. But to give you something new, like you guys already know that I love this foundation, Huda Beauty for the win. It gives you amazing coverage. It makes your skin look so flawless. It's like you're just snatched. Your skin is just transformed with the coverage, but it looks still very natural. So that's a great foundation if your primary goal is to have a full coverage. What else, my friends? I really love the Hourglass Stick Foundation. It is as if a concealer, but it's a foundation, and it also evens out the skin tone like no other. I used to really use this one. I still love it. I still use it on my clients as well because it covers everything. It gives you that most perfect flawless skin as well, and it's just so convenient for traveling and just for carrying around on the go. You cannot go wrong with that. Now let's talk about best foundations for dry skin. And this is where you want to really include a foundation which says dewy, which says radiant, which says glow, or anything along this way. And my two favorites are those. So the first one is obviously the Gorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It's like heaven. It makes your skin look silky, and it's obviously a favorite among all the celebrity makeup artists. I think everyone is using this one. It's really great for people that have like normal to dry skin because it gives you that beautiful glowing skin. It's pretty pricey, but it's so worth it. And the second one that I really like is the one by NARS. It's called the Sheer Glow Foundation. It has like a sheer coverage, but it's slightly buildable, so that's great as well. And it really gives you that healthy glow and radiance as well. It's also infused like with vitamin C and all the other great ingredients to really boost your skin radiance. I use it a lot for like my mature clients. And lastly, let's talk about the foundations that have some serious skincare benefits and that are great for aging skin or are great for people who really wish to improve their skin's texture. So I mentioned at the very beginning that the Tilbury one is great for that because it's packed with vitamin C, it has a mushroom extract and also a hyaluronic acid. So it's a collagen boosting formula. Because of the vitamin C, it improves the skin over time. Also, there are tons of like different serum foundations that I don't have on me but are great, like the Dior one or the Pericon one, so I'm going to be listing them down below. And in terms of like BB creams or CC creams, I'm sure some of you watched my tutorial with my mom when I did the tutorial for mature skin makeup, And you already know that I really swear by this CC cream by It Cosmetics. It's just amazing for ladies with mature skin, but I also like, honestly, I use it in summer because it has an SPF of 50. You cannot beat that. It's an amazing protection and it gives you full coverage, but it's really so lightweight. It doesn't settle into any fine lines, and it's also packed with skincare benefits. It's infused with really powerful skincare ingredients like peptides, hyaluronic acid, collagen, vitamins, antioxidants. And also, if you are looking for very sheer, dewy coverage, I'm also a huge fan of Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. It's just so illuminating. It looks so beautiful on the skin. It looks really gorgeous on mature skin. I love it, but I can also use it like underneath like other foundations for that illumination. It gives you tons of hydration. It's packed with skincare as well. It also helps to improve the skin texture over time, so it's a win. Check it out if you are a fan of a more like sheer coverage. So that's pretty much it. That was my roundup. Obviously there are a few more foundations I also like, so as I mentioned, I will be linking them slightly more foundations below, and I'm also going to be categorizing them in case you kind of want to have a summary. And my last tip is really don't be afraid to experiment. If you really want that long wearing power, but you still want to have that dewiness, just mix two foundations. I do that all the time, and a lot of makeup artists do that a lot. Just mix like something that's very dewy. You can mix a dewy foundation, or you can just have like an oil, or if you have a full coverage foundation but you suddenly want to have like a little bit less of coverage, just mix it with your favorite moisturizer and just call it a day. So don't be afraid to playing around. Like I often do that. Sometimes finding a perfect shade might be a little bit of the challenge. You can always mix, like you can play with them, and it also depends like of the time of the year. Having a bronzer is always a good idea. If the foundation is too light, just add a little bit of bronzer and you're good to go. So yeah, these are some of the tips. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know which of the foundations you already tried from the ones I listed, or which one you're thinking about trying. I'm very curious to hear that. And thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope it was helpful again, and as always, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I see you soon. The key to oh, okay. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. And I will be